Well, on an episode of Jay Leno's Garage, a while ago I got a car cover in the mail. Not just any car cover, a fender cover, and it's probably the best one I've ever had. So I called the guy up, and I said, hey, are you a small business guy? And he said, yeah, and I'm kind of doing it myself. And I said, well, bring it down to Jay's Garage. Jay's a big dog garage here, and we'll put you on the website. But we try to help out guys that come up with new ideas that are different, that really help the hobby. We like to help them out as well. This is Clint Crick. Clint, come on in here. What's the name of the company?
Netcore Enterprises Inc.
Netcore Enterprises. Now tell us why your fender covers and products are different.
Okay, what I've tried to do here, Jay, is I've tried to solve all of the problems that have existed that haven't been solved previously. So for instance, if you have a seat and you're trying to protect the seat in there, you don't want the seat cover falling off all the time.
What keeps it on the seat?
The fabric that I have has a high coefficient of friction on the bottom surface and a zero coefficient of friction on the top surface. So if you just take your hand like this and put this here, one will stick and the other will just slide.
Right.
So when you put weight on here, this side will go down on the seat and it will stick to the seat.
Right.
You will slide around on the top of this.
Okay.
And there will be no forces that have to dislodge it to bring it off the seat. And then on the fender covers, it'll be a similar thing. Fender covers have always fallen off of the fender.
Yeah, that's the thing. You put it on, and most guys, well, if you're like me, if you didn't have any money, you just got a couple of your mom's towels, and you put those on. And of course, the terry cloth ones are very nice, but they would fall off within a second of putting it on. Then you have to put a screwdriver or a pair of pliers or something on top of the thing to hold it, and the towel falls off, and the pliers scrape, and it's a nightmare. So these are the fender ones here, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep. I've got several different models.
It's basically the same principle, and they're magnetic as well.
We never want magnets to go on the paint, Jay,
Right.
because magnets attract iron filings and metal bits. As soon as you put on the paint and get them to move, you're guaranteed to have a scratch.
Right.
Because anything that's sharp that goes against there and moves through the paint, that's how a scratch gets generated. So we never put magnets here. And if you've got magnets here on those thin modern fenders, you lean on there, you're denting already.
Right.
So we just take magnets and tuck them in on the inside lip right here.
Oh, I see how it is.
And the magnets are shiftable to get around rubber bumpers and bolt heads in there.
See? Well, that's a great idea. Well, that's really a good idea. See that? See how that works? So normally, you'd have something here, and then you pull it back to look, and this side slides off. Plus, it fits in here, and you're keeping it well protected under here. Well, that really is a good idea. Look at that. Okay.
Can I show you a little something that's
Sure.
kind of tricky?
Go ahead.
Okay. These magnets are in here. There's north-south magnets held together magnetically. You can see them. They flex if you drop something on them, so they don't crack or break. There's a steel jacket that comes up one side, across the top, down the other side. That takes all the magnetic flux and sends it back into the fender. So where you've got sensitive electronics in here, ABS computers and that sort of thing, or Hall effect sensors on your current meters and that sort of thing, you don't have to worry about electronics going back in here. So here's the back side of the magnets where you don't want any magnetism. There's no magnetism there.
Right.
But if you look at the other side, you're going to see in a minute here what you couldn't even believe. Now, these magnets are shiftable anywhere in between these divider seams. You just walk them along with your fingers. The reason for that is you've got rubber bumpers and bolt heads in there.
Right.
Each car's a little different, and we want this to work for everything. So all we're going to do, it's fast, simple, easy to use. You're just going to drop those magnets in on that inside lip like that. And once that's on there, you can pull on here and rock an entire car. I'm pulling on here with over 100 pounds of pull, and that thing don't move.
Right. Now, if the boss sees you doing that, you'll get fired. Right.
Well, I don't know. Either that or
If the boss sees you doing that to the customer car, then you're going to be in trouble.
This is a zero friction surface, so you slide on top of the cover. It doesn't move against the paint. Air hoses, light boards, everything slides right over the top. And the thing never moves. It just sits there all day long.
And again, if the boss sees you doing that, you're screwed.
Let's say that this was a plastic fiberglass or aluminum fender, and those magnets wouldn't hold.
Right.
So what we do is we just take this next model here, and I just add hooks to it. There's 20-gauge stainless steel inserts in here. I bend them to form hooks, and they'll just hook over the inside lip.
Okay.
So now, even if the magnets were to hold absolutely nothing,
Right.
they can just hook over the inside lip. And so fiberglass, plastic, aluminum hooks with that.
very clever.
So this one has an artificial sheepskin liner. It's soft, acts like a baby's butt, and you just slide over the top here.
Right.
This would Velcro out for longer. There's a double shock absorbing layer across the crown of the fender, and then the rest is pretty much the same. So you're just going to pop the magnets and hooks on here. And now if you just feel that, you're going to feel a ton of padding up in there.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Very nice. Yeah.
And if you put your rib cage on that and you're laying on there for 3-4 hours, all of a sudden, that's worth having. It's going to last you like 10 years.
Very good.
And it's a nice little unit. And then sometimes you got really wide fenders, like on the old cars that have been restored, the old classics, the old muscle cars. So then you need a bigger fender cover. Sometimes fender crowns are that wide, so I have different sizes that I
Right,
use.
right.
So if you've got a narrow fender crown, Mercedes, BMW, Jaguar, some of the Porsches, you use this one. If you've got a slightly larger fender, then you just use this one.
Okay.
So let's say the fender crowns are that wide, your old Mustangs and your old Camaros and that. So now you've got an extra foot of depth on here because that first foot's going to be taken up by the fender crown.
Right.
And then that's all doubled for that whole foot. And sometimes you're going to have a white aluminum fender on your Ferraris, your Lamborghinis, and even some of the Mercedes. The problem there is elbow dents, anything like that, up here in the fender because there just isn't enough thickness there. And so what we do in that case is, let me just put this on here for a second, we actually slide a stiffener up in to take those elbow dents out. And on a bigger, wider fender, it would be a little easier to show that. And what I've been using is just corrugated plastic sign material, but you can use pretty well anything that would make sense. So we're just going to take this corrugated plastic sign material, we're going to slide it right up in underneath here, and then you just put the fender cover back together again.
Gotcha.
So say your fender's got wide, now you've got 2 layers of shock absorbing, and you've got that stiffener, so the elbow dents and stuff are coming out.
Right.
And like on a Porsche, sometimes they're pulling the compressor out and they're laying it there on the side of the fender. So you slide a couple of those up and underneath, one on top of the other, and that means you can put that compressor on there and not worry about getting the dents in the fenders because that's kind of a no-no.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, some guys like to store things here. And now you've got very thin fenders. You can't lay stuff on the fenders, which probably wasn't a good idea to start with, but guys like to do that. So if you're not using push carts or you're not using magnetic trays, then we have this fender cover model over here. And it has a pouch that folds inside, and there's 2 big pockets there, and you can just use that for storing things. So this just folds up and in.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay,
then-
you can put, if you're taking little clips or screws or anything, you just put them right in here. Oh, very neat. These Canadians are very clever, you know.
I read Mechanics Illustrated. I read their column.
There you go. What else you got? Let's see.
Okay.
Show us some more.
Everything coming out of the dealerships now went paint on the front. So today's the old chrome bumpers, they're gone. So now you're running air hoses and light cords across here, and you're working across here all day long. You're scratching that up. So I have a cover which is going to cover that all off.
Got a cover for everything. Okay, so you say magnets again.
You've got magnets all the way along, but sometimes it's all plastic and the magnets won't hold, so there's tie rods all the way along. You can just take the wrap usually right around your standoff. Hood ornaments, hood latches come up through here, and there's magnets and loops on the end in case the magnets didn't hold. Then you can tie on. And so now air hoses, light cords, your knees, slides right over the top, and the whole front end is covered.
Yeah, that's really clever. So against those cold winters, there's not much to do up there in Alberta. So that's what these guys do. They sit around and dream up stuff like this. Come in the seat cover one.
Okay, so you can get in and out all day long. You can slide around in here, do whatever
Yeah.
you want, and the thing just never moves.
So you don't want to be doing that either. That looks bad. I see you sliding around like that in a customer car.
You try. You're better at that than me.
No, I see what you mean, though. I do that all the time. I've been as guilty as this.
But the
No.
thing is, it's not too slippery to go doing a test drive.
No,
Just
that's a
leave it-
nice thing because we do that a lot. A lot of these cars have fabric interior, not, leather you can clean and vinyl, but fabric is awful. And, you've been working on the thing, you're anxious to take it on the road, you get grease all over you, and then you get it on the clothes. So this is actually this is really, really a good idea. How do they get in touch with you? What's the website?
Fendercovers.com.
Fendercovers.com. Check it out. See, you thought this would be boring. It was actually pretty good, wasn't it? See, you learned something, didn't you? I learned something. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.